Hey yo, it's Dominic D'Angelo. It's Rumor and Innuendo, and I'm here with Mr. Robert Karpolis, WWE Creative _ish. Robert, welcome back. You are back from your vacation, and it's good to see you. You're muted, Robert.
Damn it, Tom. It is good to be. It's good to be back. Yes, thank you. It was nice to be floating on a boat for a couple of days. Didn't get a chance to watch any WWE programming while on the ship. Caught up with SmackDown after the fact. Caught up with Raw live. Unfortunately, the Gator game was airing on the ship, and the iceberg I was praying for did not come. But let's say hi to some of the folks joining us here live. E
Yes.
says, "Was up? Joe Hendry or Marcus D'Angelo would have gotten a bigger pop than Dolph Ziggler." Uh, Dolph Ziggler is one of my all-time favorite people. One of the best individuals I've
Friend
ever
of the
worked
show.
with in pro wrestling. He has been on this show. He's been on my other podcast. I've known Dolph for over 20 years. I am going to venture to guess he got a bigger pop than Marcus D'Angelo would have. And you've known Marcus for far longer.
Yes, I have. That's very true.
Jeff Henninger says, "Hello, R&I. Raw could have used at least one more surprise return last night. Do they not know they have a full-time roster?"
I don't think they're aware of that, Robert.
Uh,
Roman Reigns making his fourth return.
Dude,
Like 2 months.
it was actually Wrestling All Head said what I was about to say, so I'll go ahead and just read it. Good day, R&I. Raw was like a 2013 time warp, and I'm here for it. That was absolute wild chaos. Dre Owen says, "Hello, R&I. Raw was predictable except for Dolph Ziggler. Otherwise, a solid show." Hey, sometimes predictable is good television.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Did you
predictable,
overall like the
Marty
show,
Marty
Robert?
wants to say hi. I'm going to go fetch him out of the old pen. You keep talking. Say hi to the other folks
Right,
joining us.
yes. So thanks everybody for joining. I wanted to thank Kevin Kellum actually for tagging in yesterday. We got to discuss some cool things too and give our predictions with Raw, which we were both wrong on when it came to who could be the special opponent for Solo Sikoa. It was none of. We didn't even say Dolph Ziggler, which I'm kind of surprised about. Overall, Raw felt big time, especially with the atmosphere, all the celebrities that WWE embraced, even at ringside, whether you like them or not, they were still there, and it made it feel like a big deal. So, Robert, so you overall enjoyed this episode of Raw?
I enjoyed Raw. I enjoyed SmackDown. I enjoyed the fact that if you were tuning in to Rumor and Innuendo, or you were listening to Working Stiff, you were not surprised about the surprise opponent on Friday Night SmackDown being one Mister Zach Marie Ryder. Woo woo woo. You know it.
We gave you your flowers yesterday too. I was sure to let you know that Robert predicted
Yes.
it.
Somebody on the Working Stiff Facebook group posted my head on Babe Ruth's body, pointing, calling my shot. I also, by the way, would have predicted Dolph Ziggler as it was either going to be Roman Reigns or it was going to be Dolph Ziggler, because the notion of people from John Cena's past coming back to wrestle that are going to be surprises that are going to make sense. The guys that you would immediately think of would be a Zack Ryder or a Dolph Ziggler. It wasn't going to be Edge. Like let's be clear. It was never going to be Edge. It was never going to be Batista. These were men who obviously John likes. John has worked with a number of times over the years, and they made for surprise pops that were not going to overtake the rest of the show. It felt like when you used to get the guest pop-ins during the Royal Rumble, where you'd get the little like, "Hey, here's the Godfather" or Gold Dust, or that one time like Mr. Perfect came out. It was just like, "Oh man, this is really cool," but we still have a story to tell.
So Kevin and I talked about this yesterday, and I said to him, I was like, I almost feel like you need one of the surprise people to win their first match, so they felt important. Like these surprises meant something more so than what they were. Did you feel the same sentiment? And are you okay? But like you're just saying too, how they're there, but they're not taking over the story too at the same time.
Yeah, I think that so part of it was at least with the solo piece, if it was going to be someone that needed to lose to Solo, Dolph Ziggler sold that Samoan Spike in a way that showed you guys this is why he worked there for 19 years. This is why the man was both a world champion and the guy you just put in with every new star, because he's going to make
Yeah.
them look great and doesn't have an ego about it. Has an ego about putting on the best performance, doesn't have an ego about like, that booking's not going to work for me, brother. I gotta go over. He is like the most affable, go with the flow, whatever you want me to do. I'm going to tell a story here that I'm probably not even supposed to tell, and that's fine. And it is such a
Hey.
microcosm story of just why this human being is the best dude ever. So, a guy named Nick Nemeth, who looks similar to Dolph Ziggler, a guy whose career
Yeah. Isn't he in TNA, that
I've
guy?
ruined his
That
career
Nick Nemeth
3
guy?
different times. I've made him a caddy. I've made him a cheerleader. I've made him whatever the hell Dolph Ziggler was, a guy who shakes hands. We had him coming in for the it was the Boca Raton Championship Wrestling does a show the night before the Jericho Cruise. Cruising for a Bruising. Didn't come up with a name. We're just going to live with it. And there was a Royal Rumble that was set for it, a Battle Royal, whatever it was, and Nick was going to be one of the surprise entrants. Except whoever was communicating with Nick didn't tell him, hey, you're supposed to be a surprise entrant. He thought he was just coming out there to cut a promo, welcome everybody, did the weekend. He and I, in about 5 minutes' time, pitched, all right, I want you to go up to your room, put bathing trunks on and sunscreen and a towel. We'll still have you come out. You'll come out in flip-flops. You'll be the last entrant. You'll super kick the guy, and then you'll win the Battle Royal. And he's like, I love it, but I have someone eliminate me. Like, really? It's like, yeah, but it's gonna mean more in the grand scheme for somebody to eliminate me than for me to win the battle royal. Like, he's that selfless of a guy, and it was one of those moments where you're like, yeah, this dude is the best. I'm glad he got that moment in Madison Square Garden. I probably would have put Ryder over LA Knight. I think there would have been more
Yeah.
mileage out of that, because if LA Knight is frustrated in the he didn't get the title opportunity. He wound up going to Jey Uso and CM Punk. He got that promo cut from TV. He was off TV for a week entirely, and then he goes and loses to a guy like LA Knight. Like, that's how you slowly turn LA Knight heel,
Exactly. Yeah.
and you get more mileage out of LA Knight wins, but we know he's not going to be the main guy. And Ryder gets a win, and then you feed him to Gunther, and it's another great moment for Gunther. So that would have been the booking I would have probably changed.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a fair perspective too, because yeah, in the same realm, I just like Zack Ryder coming back felt like a cool moment, and I would have done at least have one of those guys win, but yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Would have made sense, especially because the announcers like did the heavy lifting on Friday. At least Corey Graves did in the "This Isn't Fair," because LA Knight didn't have a chance to prepare for Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder had a chance to prepare for LA Knight.
Can I say this too? I said this yesterday, but I'll tell you this. When Zack Ryder came out, like Michael Cole, and what he had to say was like, this is Zack Ryder's second biggest moment of his career, probably. And then Corey was like, what's his first? Oh, you're beating me. And I'm like Michael Cole just completely undersold the value of Zack Ryder, like making him feel like a lesser deal. I thought, like, oh, this is the joke show up.
I'm shocked
Did you feel that same way?
I'm surprised they didn't have him and Chelsea interact at some point in time.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. See,
like,
that would have been me too.
Yes, he walks by her and she just, I'm sorry, who are you? Would have been great.
That would have been great.
There's a lot of talk in the chat. There's an exciting thing that's going to be going on a little later on today with our friends in All Elite Wrestling, that Tony Marie Khan is entering the Ariel Helwani Thunderdome.
How much do you think we're going to get out of that, Brad?
Oh, negative 0.
That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, if Ariel Helwani has not been a part of Tony Khan's media calls, and if it's anything like that, he's not going to get a lot of juice out of that.
Well, they don't like each other, and I think that's part of the fun. So you're going to get Tony, who's going to go in and try to babyface the situation, and Ariel is going to use his like, it's like a negative energy. I don't know how to quite, not that he's negative, but it's like a vortex of enthusiasm. It's
Yeah.
like when you put on noise canceling headphones. That feeling is sometimes how Ariel Helwani comes across. He's a very good journalist, but you're not going to get this great kind of shouting match. This isn't going to be Vince and Bob Costas.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
But
maybe some good awkward pauses will happen though.
It'll be fun. But what exactly are they going on there? Is it promoting Full Gear?
Yeah, I'd imagine Full Gear because it's this coming Saturday.
It is,
Sunday.
but do they need it? I mean, they're coming off of Blood and Guts. You got a bunch of eyeballs for that. Respectfully, the folks at AEW, Tony's not good at media. One of my all-time favorite moments is him wearing that stupid the stupid like babushka hat thing and the goofy sunglasses, and then he was being asked about like sexual harassment policies in the company. It's like, take the hat off, please.
That was the hat that was made of the rat fur in Seinfeld.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought of. It made me think of, there was a great running gag from Clerks the Animated Series, running gag from a 6-episode show, where both the mayor and the chief of police were at independent Halloween costume parties dressed like characters from McDonald's. So one was, he was like dressed as like Mayor McCheese. And he's like, I couldn't open the zipper. And it's like, that's what that moment felt like. It's going to be, you're going to get a lot of guys. The media landscape is going great. Our metrics, our numbers between men ages 18 to 19 are through the roof. Viewing in Minnesota and Wisconsin is up 7% of where it was last year. And, we love everybody and we have no answers for anything. And this company is going great.
If you're Helwani, what are some of the questions you would ask Tony Khan, though, right off the bat? Or not right off the bat, but throughout the interview?
I would say honestly, one of them is there a concern within your organization that you have not built a development system to bring up young talent, and that those young talent that you have focused on have yet to truly break through and become main event level stars?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a valid question.
I asked him about that.
What?
I asked him about the developmental. I asked him about
you did. You asked him about, and he said something about like they were looking to build something in North Carolina, and it was expensive.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but okay, but they had the developmental system built before they actually went ahead and terminated it. In the fact that they had dark elevation. You had a space in Orlando. A development space, by the way, does not need to be huge. If anyone has been to a wrestling school, most wrestling schools are usually in an industrial park. They get those like in like a warehouse area where they have the roll up metal doors, and they just take like one or two spots near like a body shop and a welding factory.
Right. That's all
it doesn't need to be with the performance center is versus what they had. If you go to OVW and see what that looks like, or when they were in Port Richey with FCW, these were not like, oh my God, situations. You also have QT Marshall's wrestling school, which is a gorgeous facility in Atlanta, and you're not utilizing that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Sorry, we're talking about Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
they put the spotlight on a young kid on Raw named John Cena, and dude, I did not think I would live long enough to see an earnest New York John Cena babyface pop.
How about that, huh?
Like, I get there was the Rumble return. That was more of a surprise. This was the like, oh, we get it. This guy has been our guy for the last 20 plus years. This is the last time we're going to see him. Let's make him feel a little love.
Yeah. And I thought, you predicted it was going to be Bronson and Braun tagging up maybe against him and Punk. But I thought this triple tag that they ended up doing was great. Like, it was a lot of fun. You get him rubbing elbows with Mysterio again, and Sheamus, obviously, who, is in the tournament. But I thought it was a really cool way to do it, I think, for MSG.
Look, it was they went fun rather than big moment, because I think that they had the confidence in the War Games match, which they kind of telegraphed when they announced that Jimmy was going to be in the War Games match during SmackDown. I went, oh, okay, they're definitely not going with John Cena.
Yeah.
It would have been, I mean, if you look at the lineup, if you would have gone Jey Uso, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, John Cena, and Cody Rhodes, I mean, that's a stacked lineup right there. Now it's four
Absolutely.
guys and the dude who's going to take the pin.
Yeah, 100%.
And Joseph Wade Walters says exactly what I was thinking, was full house show match, but it worked. That was just pure fun. It was pure cotton candy. It was all style, no substance. Let's do multiple you can't see me's. Let's just have a fun time for the crowd. No one's really going to get significantly damaged from it. It worked.
It did work. Does it work for you that Cena is facing Dom Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship again at Survivor Series? Does that work for you?
I guess it gives an opportunity for Dom to get the title back, and then whoever cheats John out of that, they get a maybe it's Gunther, and they get a little heat on them going into their final match. A little bit of storytelling. On the other hand, I think that it could be kind of fun for maybe Ray costs Dom the match. John wins, retires the Intercontinental title. They do an Intercontinental title tournament. As much as I hate tournaments on top of tournaments on top of tournaments, but maybe something good comes of it to help the IC title situation. Or it's Dom gets the guy. He gets to be the guy to say he got the last victory over John Cena on a PLE.
It's true. I'm more of the camp. I would love Cena to keep the title and it be part of his farewell match. And if somebody beats him, they not only end John Cena's career, but they win the Intercontinental Championship.
Do I want to see Gunther win the Intercontinental title? No. But then again, I didn't know that I wanted to see Gunther come out in a silk robe, and there he was, dressed like Viscera.
There he was, indeed. Yeah, he made his return against Javon Evans. What was that? I think a 15-minute bout. Did you like this? Do you think Gunther should have just been dominant, or were you okay with Javon Evans getting this spotlight too?
No, this was the match it needed to be. This was Gunther's return. This was a spotlight for Javon Evans, a chance to show that he can hang on the main roster in a big-time match in just about the biggest environment you can put a young guy in, which is Madison Square Garden on the John Cena farewell tour against Gunther. Crowd was a little strange for this one.
Little funky. Yeah.
It's the one match they were funky, but I also think it was it was a bad booking decision in the way they laid this show out. Okay, I would not have put this match right after Maxine gets the upset win over Becky Lynch, because you're not going to have back-to-back feel-good moments.
Right. Yeah, I probably would have put it where Solo and Dolph took off. Gunther versus Javon, and then have Solo and Dolph be the follow-up after Becky and Maxine. I think that might have worked a lot better, actually.
It could have worked. Maybe I'm still on cruise vacation time here. Maybe my brain is not fully caught up. But what the hell are they doing with Charlotte Flair?
I don't know. It's such a weird, little jump in a storyline thing. It doesn't make. I mean, just Friday, she's like, "Nah, I'm not doing it." Now she's seemingly part of it all.
It was like I'm watching SmackDown as I'm unpacking the suitcase and getting life back to normal. And it's like, oh, okay, here's a fun little segment where they're definitely setting up the War Games, and we'll find out who the other two women are going to be, and then a woman's going to be, and then Charlotte's just like, nah, peace, I'm out. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And it was like, but this is all actually working. Why are we derailing this? So maybe I thought for half a second maybe Charlotte was hurt and they were trying to mask it. I didn't know. And then you had this situation here, this Spirit of 76 return, and then the awkward Io hugging Rhea, as if it was like your ex is with somebody new in front of you, and you're like, no, we're good.
We're good. Yeah, very weird. I'm not sure what they're doing exactly in chat there.
Wrestling Old Head, by the way, points out the real big story coming out of this show, which was Gunther is back to a variation of his Walter theme. That means he's about to go on a mean run. Dude, I popped for that song. I was so happy to hear it. Can we please get Judgment Day's music fixed? It's the worst music in wrestling.
Look, Judgment Day needs a new theme. Ilya Dragunov needs a new theme really bad.
I don't mind his music. It's weird.
Oh, it's like just cheesy. It's cheesy garage band. Like, hey, come up with a foreigner's music for me.
Yes,
that's what it feels like.
It feels like somebody poured a bottle of Russian vodka into an AI machine, and that's what you got.
I don't like it. They need something for him.
I don't mind. Main event was all entrances all the time.
Yes.
If you love entrance music, and I mean really love entrance music, go back and watch the main event of Raw, where every single person got an entrance, every song got played, and then when they hit Roman's music with about 8 minutes left, I'm like, oh no, this is going to have a 19-minute overrun.
Yeah. How did you think this all was laid out? I kind of like the chaos of it all, Robert. It felt like, okay, kind of paid by numbers in certain ways, but it was kind of fun to just see like Punk brawling with Logan Paul and then like the New York police getting involved. I wonder if that'll indicate Roman's getting suspended because he speared some police, so he's not going to be on television until Survivor Series.
That was a weird decision to have the NYPD involved.
Yes.
Or the fake NYPD.
Yes. Those uniforms do not look authentic.
Yeah, those they didn't still have the uniforms from the old Raw entrance. Remember the old Raw theme where there was the police officers running and then the people hit the fence and there's barking dogs. That was cool. Right. This was a weird decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that to be a little funky.
And Wrestling Old Head says, did you catch the Giants confronting Judgment Day? Not only did I, that's a big news story today on The Fan, on WFAM. They are not happy that Cam was involved because they're like, he's out on an injury. He shouldn't be getting involved in physicality. And
he did get physical.
He shoved Dominic Mysterio.
But he got shoved too then. Did you notice that?
Yeah, but there's a difference between that type of shove and a situation where he genuinely was going to get injured.
Sure.
I am disappointed Lin-Manuel Miranda did not get involved. Would like to have seen him jump the railing.
I would have liked to see him get peeled across the ring. No,
I would not mind Andrew Schultz getting smacked around a little bit.
Yeah, that felt a little heavy-handed, didn't it? Him getting in the mix, and they're like, here he is with the Giants, and then he's the one speaking for everybody. It was funny.
Look, it could have been worse. It could have been Tony Hinchcliffe. I did love that. Like, does Fluffy just live there? Do they just move him from city to city?
Yeah, he's like it's like when I was at WrestleMania 38 and Jimmy Hart was sitting just in the media, in the press box. Like, you walk in, it's almost like you get a gift bag and then you get Jimmy Hart's there too. That's what it felt like. Fluffy.
Yeah, no. I went to a Mania where Gabriel was behind me. Bro did not shut up. It was brutal. Oh, man. He's one of those fans where he's like, I gotta yell for everybody and cheer and whoop and holler, and it's great, but tune it down a little bit. They did make it feel like a big celebrity show. Lil Yachty was there, who I believe is some sort of musician who brought his PSP.
Yeah, I saw that.
With a paw, that was fantastic. A couple of random celebrities there, which was fun, but
yeah.
It felt like a garden show.
I expected the Philadelphia Eagles were there too. Yeah, it did feel like.
Dude, here's to the Eagles for. I never thought I'd say anything positive with the Eagles. Going in the garden, good on you.
You're right. I know. Jeez, the heat that they got.
Yeah, that was tough. Dre Owen says, surprised they didn't do a Survivor Series match, Judgment Day versus the New York Giants. The problem with that is the Giants would need to win, and they wouldn't be able to figure out how.
That's true. Or they'd blow it. They would get very close. And then
exactly. They accidentally pin themselves.
That's what would happen.
They're the worst. But now we know. There was also the tease of AJ Lee, which we had predicted, I believe, right here on this show. If not, it was on Working Stiff, that I thought Maxine was going to win because of AJ Lee, and we were going to get AJ maybe in the War Games. So it looks like AJ is going to take that last spot on the women's War Games side for the baby faces, and Bailey being propositioned by the Kabuki Warriors, and Bailey has the mystery power that I thought only Kevin Owens has, which is I can remember what happened more than 1 year ago.
That's right. So you think the final person on that side will be who am I thinking? Who was that? Oh, Becky.
Yeah, that's what I had said. I suggested it was going to be Becky, and yeah, you needed to get the title off of Becky because you needed her in War Games. You needed to make this feel like a big time match. Maxine with the Intercontinental titles. It's a fun story. It's a nice little story. You can get to her versus Kairi Sane after Survivor Series if you needed a match. Yeah, I think that's definitely the way this is going to go.
I know what you also thought was a nice little story is what's going on with Nikki Bella and Stephanie McClure. It's official, Robert. It's happening at Survivor Series.
Sorry, you blacked out there for about 40 to 42 seconds. I'm going to assume that you were not talking about Nikki Bella. So we're going to move on. But hey, it's good to be back. I'm going to see if there was anything of major note on SmackDown that I did not get a chance to touch on, because I feel like a lot of it did bleed into Raw, which was
Drew getting involved.
Drew getting involved, which we had kind of said, hey, they're definitely going to find a way. I do like, exploiting a legal loophole. Always going to be a fan of that. And again, I think it was E had said this comment up here, the writer's room watching Rumor and Innuendo, taking Robert's ideas for free. I had said weeks ago, oh, we're going to get a traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 match, the SmackDown before Survivor Series, involving Team Sami Zayn versus the MFTs. And guys, you'll never guess what happened. They booked that. Someone on the Facebook group, on the Working Stiff Facebook group, posted like, I had to stop listening to Robert's predictions of pay-per-views because he kept ruining them. But that's okay. It means that they're making logical decisions and following their booking pattern. That's how you get a solid television show. When you start doing all kinds of crazy, erratic nonsense, surprises for the sake of surprises, bro, it's not as good a show. But it is a good show is Rumor and Innuendo, which you can catch every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including the WWE Creative _ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Rumor and Innuendo, ad-free shows at Podcast Heat. It's good to be back. It's good to see that Dom has either been evicted or he now is living inside of a coffee house. Yeah. So on behalf of the incredibly transient Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpelis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
Hey, yo, have a cup of Joe. I just spilled coffee on my...